back to my channel. This week we are doing an updated shelf tour. I haven't done a shelf tour in quite a few months. I want to say maybe like 7 or 8 months. So I figured why not do that today. I have started collecting a lot more groups than I did in my last one. So I think it'll be pretty cool to see how my collection has grown. So we will go ahead and start up top with the top of my shelf. So on the top of my shelf, I do keep all of my bigger boxes and things like that that don't really fit on my shelf. Mostly Season's Greetings. So there is Season's Greetings 2019, 2020, and 2021. And then fan club kits. So I have 2019, 2020, and 2021. Again, I do keep both of my light stick boxes up here. I kind of keep them on two different sides of the shelf so that it kind of like evens out the shelf in a way, if that makes sense. I keep these on my shelf, my little paper standees from Teenage. I have both June and Jonghan's on that side. And then finally on the top of my shelf, I keep this little mason jar which has a fromiseventeen fan. It has a little broadcast fan from Dugan Dugan in it and the Dugan Dugan light stick, which is the most official light stick that we actually have. Off the record, give us a light stick. Moving on to the left of my shelf, the very top shelf that I have is my signed fromiseventeen collection. So I do have pretty much one of every one of their releases signed by the members that were promoting in the eras. So as you can see, I do have 2 signed copies of Fun Factory OT9 signed. I have an OT8 Today, an OT9 from 9, an OT9 to Heart. And then if we move the from 9, you see an OT8 My Little Society, as Soyeon was not there that era. I love my signed albums. I think they look so good together. One goal of mine is definitely to try and get like all signed versions of all the albums. So I really need the other version of Today and the other version of To Heart, and then the other version of My Little Society, obviously. And I think that they just look really good together, and I absolutely love this shelf. Probably my favorite shelf of mine. So when you move down, this shelf is another signed CD shelf. I absolutely love displaying my signed items because obviously they're signed and I think they look really nice together. So we can go through them. If you saw my signed merch collection, it's pretty much all the same, but this is just how I display it. So going from left to right, we have my June signed You Made My Dawn, my Hayoung signed My Little Society, an OT13 copy of An Ode, my Gyuri My Little Society album, and then my Jonghan You Make My Day. And then once again, that's just what the shelf looks like all together. And then if we were to move one more shelf down, this is pretty much all new. I think Yukika was here the last time that I did a shelf tour, but everything else is pretty new. So we do have my Yukika Neon promo, my fan sign album from Yukika, Soul Lady. Her, this is like a military magazine that she was the cover of, and I absolutely think it's gorgeous, so I had to get it, and I love it so much. Soon she's gonna have a comeback, and I'm so excited! Moving on, we do have my One Stacy album. I'm waiting for their next comeback. And then if we scroll over here, you do see my tiny little IU album collection, but these are just the ones that I do have. I'm not gonna go back and get her older albums just because I don't really prefer them, but I am going to be collecting her moving onwards from Love Poems, so I am going to be buying her new album. So I do have her Modern Times album. This one was a gift from my friend Tomasu on YouTube. And then I do have the little tin that her celebrity photo card set came in. I don't know what to do with it, so I just kind of like leave it here. Then I do have my Love Poem album that I got from Secret Santa and my Palette album, which is so weirdly sized that I really don't know how to fit it. So that is my All My Other Girls shelf, as I like to call it. And then if you move down one more time, you do see 2 new additions to my shelf. So these are pretty much my other boy groups as well. So this is Lucy. I did start collecting Lucy. My friend is a huge wall and I needed music to listen to when I was doing an essay once, so I was like, I'm just gonna go listen to Lucy. Like, I can't listen to music that like I already know, otherwise I don't get work done. And so I listened to Lucy and I was like, oh my god, these guys are so good. I kind of became a whoa. So this is their newest single album. This is called Inside. I have their first mini album, and then I have Snooze. And I just think their discography is literally insane, and y'all should go listen to Lucy. They're a K band, so I really like them a lot. Like, their music is so good. And then moving on, we do see my tiny little Astro collection. I am going to be buying their newest album, but I don't think I'm gonna go back and buy any other of their older albums just because they're all out of print and really expensive, and I don't want to buy an album without a photo card and have it cost me $40. So this is just my tiny little Astro collection. I have Winter Dream, Rise Up, One and Only, and then both copies of Gateway. I really like the color scheme that their albums go for, at least on my shelf. Like, I think it looks really cute. But yeah, so these are my other boy groups. And then moving down this shelf, this is like my dump shelf in the terms that like these are all albums that I just have extra of. So I really am trying my best to get these out of my house before the next Fromis come back, because I'm gonna need space for that. So if anyone wants one, if anyone wants a set, I'm literally selling them like pretty much like shipping cost, and I just don't want them in my house anymore. Please, please take them away from me. I do have 2 sealed copies though, because eventually I'm gonna do a giveaway. I've just been really busy since I'm a senior in college. I haven't had time to plan on my giveaway, but eventually I will do one, I promise you guys. And then moving on, I do have some extra Stacy albums. This is like the last of my One-Us albums that I need to sell, so if anyone wants that, please take it off my hands. And then these are 2 extra semicolon albums. I think one is Woozy and one is Joshua. Ta-da! All of my extra albums. And then this is a Season's Greetings Fromis 9 fan site calendar, but it's from 2020 because none of their fan sites made calendars last year, or like for this year. So I just kind of reused the pictures as like a book stopper basically. The next shelf is not that interesting. It's kind of just like books and other things. So like Concert Confetti is down here because I didn't have any space for it anywhere else. Like textbooks and stuff, my boxes for all my Apple products. Ta-da! Moving on, I think I'm just gonna go like scroll to the right and then scroll up. The bottom shelf of my right shelf is pretty much just like other extra things. Again, more books and more DVDs and stuff like that. These are all my CDs, like my Western artist CDs. Thomas gave me this. We bought the IU photo cards together, and he was like, I'm gonna add this so that if it's media mail and they open it, they'll see a CD. Moving on, we have like my Polaroid cameras. I have like the square one and then the, you know, basic one. Some extra film. That's my high school diploma. These are some set lists that I caught at concerts when, you know, when concerts were a thing. That's like my 17 light stick holder. Like, I need to get that developed. I've had that sitting there for like years. And then I have like extra change and extra money and stuff like that, just because I'm a hoarder. But yeah, so that's like the bottom shelf of my right shelf. Moving up, this shelf is kind of random, but it houses pretty much like my concert photo book. So I have like the Ode to You Off the Record photo book. This is the Ideal Cut D-Icon magazine, or Dicon, I don't know what it's called. This is the Incomplete book. This is the Ode to You DVD. And then on the other side of this shelf is where I house all of my Kino albums. They're really small, so it kind of looks awkward, but this is just where I have them right now. So I have My Little Society, I have Hengade, I have an Ode from 9, and then both of the Fun Factory ones. Now if we move upwards, this is the start of my 17 album shelves. So we do have on this side, we do have all 14 covers of Semicolon. So I have the 17 and then everyone in fan chant order. And then I do have June's on display as, you know, he is my ult. This is just here because I didn't know where to put it. That's like the Polaroid set from the OTU concert. And then if you scroll over this way, this is all of my 17 Japanese albums. I am going to be buying their new Japanese album, probably on Mercari Japan with photo cards included. The only ones that I'm missing are the like limited carrot version and limited B version of We Make You. I really want to get those soon so that my collection can be complete. These next two shelves are the entirety of my 17 discography. So I do keep them in height order because I like to display them like this. I think the colors look really nice together because I have my albums like all out on display instead of like in a book format. So I really like how this looks. We do have the You Make My Day, You Made My Dawn saga. I don't know, I have those two sets of albums. That is Love and Letter Repackage and then Hengare. These are my Boys B albums. The pink one has such bad sun damage because the pink is really bad. We have 17 Carat, Going 17, and then the Love and Letter album. If we move upwards onto this one, this has all of my taller albums. So we do have all 5 of An Ode. And then we do have all 3 versions of AL1, so I have the Alone version, the AL1 version, and the All version. Then we have all 4 versions of Teenage, so the white, orange, RS, and green. And then we do finally have both versions of Director's Cut. I've been collecting 17 for about 3 years, so I was able to find most of these albums before they went out of print. So yeah, I can't really help if you guys are collecting 17. I don't know where to get them anymore. I'm so sorry. But this is my 17 album collection. And then this is the final shelf of my entire K-pop shelf. So this houses all of my fromiseventeen albums. These are just their regular albums, no signatures or anything. So here we do have fromiseventeen, green version of Two Heart, blue version of Two Heart, red version of Today, and then the pink version of Today. And then we do have My Little Society, so I have both the My Society and the My Account version. I do have multiple copies in this because this is where I put my fan sign albums. So that is why you see quite a few of those. And then finally we do have both the Fun and the Factory version of Fun Factory. So there is my normal fromiseventeen albums. Again, most of their albums are out of print right now, unfortunately, so I don't know where you can get them at this point in time. Let's just hope that Off the Record restocks them sometime soon because I think it's insane that they haven't restocked them. But yeah. So again, just as an overview, this is what my shelf looks like all together. I think I really like the way that it looks. I really like all of the fun colors that I have, and I love displaying my albums in this way. I think it just makes them look really nice. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It might be a little bit short this week, but I am in the middle of midterm season, but I did want to put out a video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my updated shelf tour. So I hope you guys are having a good week. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you later. Bye!